my new op. New op pack just came in.
Oh my god.
Compa Raidher.
Ooh. Oh my god.
New op pack just came in. I have joined forces with Whack 100. Compa Raidher, you are on my shit list.
Oh my god. You
so
forces?
He's in the middle of one of his drug-fueled benders, and he's talking his shit to Lush One, and he decides to throw me in the mix.
Yeah.
Compa Raidher, you have been unfollowed. You have been blacklisted from this building, and you're a dickhead. Let's talk about it. Lush, how do you feel about your boy showing his true colors? He's already basically proven that he has nothing to offer as a podcaster. Now he seems like he's on a quest to isolate himself from any positive opportunities that he might have in life. How much are you assisting in this bender that he's on, and how do you feel about this?
So, to answer your first question, I'm not assisting in.
You're a part of it.
I am not a part. I am not a part of the bender. Well,
you're part of it.
Well, to be fair, I am. It was with me where the bender began. I will take.
But you jumped off the train before it ended.
Well, so this is what happened.
You told me you were irritated a couple days ago too. You did tell me that before that happened.
So what happened was this. First of all, shouts to Compa. You know I love you, dog. You feel me? It's nothing but love. This fool. So we had cracked a deal. I had cracked a deal like a couple weeks ago with the studio that was interested in or now is actually gonna be basically this dude that I don't want to say too much about who he is or whatever, but he has he's in the cannabis industry and took an interest through a mutual friend in the content I was creating. Was like, I want to help this guy, So he put up a bunch of money for me to get a whole warehouse and a studio and all this shit. Instantly, I'm like, you know what? Let me show my boy Raidher that I take what we're doing seriously. Because sometimes I feel like, despite the fact that there's been numerous times on this podcast since his departure where I've tried to take up for him, tried to push his line, make sure like he would have additional opportunities.
Even though deep down inside you know that he's a J-Cat and he's basically going to fuck up any opportunity that you give him.
Well, and here's the thing, like
hoping that he doesn't.
Is it more like he doesn't even need the opportunity you're giving him?
Well, he doesn't need it in the sense that financially he's
straight.
So that's why you don't really
beyond straight. Yeah. This is my life. This is what I do. This is, you know what I mean? Like, media or anything adjacent to the hip hop space, this is where I've been existing for the entirety of my quote unquote adult life. You know what I mean? So it means a lot more to me than it like I'm dependent on this. He's not. That's another conversation, but
he's allegedly got money from Sushi and Weed.
Correct. And
I'll be honest with you,
sashimi.
I've never seen almost anything that really made me feel like he was doing anything involving weed on any sort of consistent basis.
Well,
I don't know.
Look,
maybe there's something going on, but I have no idea.
He's a successful entrepreneur.
Never seen him roll up a sushi roll.
He is not a weed smoking guy like that, but he's
a coke snorter.
Yeah,
he's a J-Cat.
And I love my boy Raidher. Y'all know I love him. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted to show him, despite all the times, and you could speak up to this, Adam. Like, there's been multiple times where I've wanted to help provide Raidher with opportunities, and I don't want to say to the chagrin of No Jumper, but to against the general consensus and popular opinion of No Jumper as a company and the audience as well.
Right. I mean,
is that fair to say?
There is a surprising chunk of the audience who seems to appreciate him and have his back, despite the fact that, in my opinion, he is probably the worst podcast host to have ever graced this podcast.
I don't think.
I believe that, and I challenge anyone to tell me someone who's worse.
There's a few people worse.
Yuri might be a worse person. But as a podcaster, I found Yuri to be at least somewhat coherent.
He is a worse person. I agree with that.
Right.
He's
Maybe the worst person.
He very well might be the worst person.
Sign up for your blowouts. We've got blowouts on deck. We've got a special program, $180 per month. You can get 4 blowouts.
Some blowouts. It's crazy.
It's a thing that they do to your hair, I guess.
Allegedly, apparently.
I might Riley.
You might have to drive north,
I've seen
but
it. I've seen it.
Yeah.
It's a blowout.
There you go.
Up there.
There you go.
Like at the dry bar blowout.
There you go.
You know I used to date white girls.
With that being
Kind of
said,
sad though.
The dry bar.
with that being said, I like so I had got this situation cracking, and I was like, Raidher, like, let me show you what I'm able to help provide for us. You know what I mean? Got the shit locked down. Things are going great. Literally within 20 minutes of us leaving the Ritz-Carlton after getting this deal secured, this fool's like, let's take a shot. Let's go take a shot. And I'm like, no. And you could ask any of the people that were with me. You know what I mean? Like,
Take a shot. Let's take a shot.
I was like, no, it's not time to take a shot.
Compa.
Like,
Let's go take a shot.
this has been like, so to keep things in perspective, this is 3 days after we'd been on hiatus for 3 weeks without potting. So we'd done a couple halfway decent pods, wound up getting a deal from a situation that I leveraged, and already then, when we're having conversations now, I understand this might sound like a little bit delusional to a lot of people, you guys included. So feel free to start fucking laughing, you know, as soon as
That
you
say you sound like Lil Woody.
like listen. So I feel like the camaraderie and the on-screen chemistry that me and Raidher have has a very high ceiling, and there's a lot of applications where it could make sense beyond just the podcasting space. I feel like we have that we have like a Cheech and Chong type energy.
That drug energy.
I'm going to be honest. You guys may have something. I think if you go to the local taqueria, you could find somebody better. I feel like if you were to also browse what's available outside of the local Home Depot, for sure you're going to find somebody better. He is much, much worse than the average person off the street
Like
as a
someone just a little more
podcaster.
hungry because he obviously doesn't need it, so it's not like, you know.
You're
like,
shooting him way too much bail. He's just he doesn't pay attention. He's constantly
don't pay
saying shit that has nothing to do with the fucking conversation. He's super obsessed with himself. He doesn't listen. It's just like every available metric, he is bad at podcasting.
He should do vlogs.
He gets fucked up. You got to give him that. He gets fucked up
Like
and he
hammered.
crashes out, and that is funny.
But that's his thing, right? Because it's trash boys, and that's what
not
they
a
do,
good
right?
thing. I'm gonna be honest. That's not really a good thing. Anyone could do that.
Yeah.
Right now, I chugged the rest of this bottle, snort a line of Coke. I am going to make some of the funniest fucking content you've ever seen. It's going to be a total shit show. People are gonna love it.
Yeah.
It's not like that makes me that doesn't make drunk ass Adam a better podcaster. It just makes me someone who's willing to go the distance to be as crazy as possible.
Yeah.
Makes you a lot cooler.
Yeah, it would be a little cooler. Yeah.
I'm down.
It would be fun.
By the
They would
way.
love it.
Yeah, I'm down.
Nobody would be complaining. If I drank that whole thing right now, for sure I'm saying the N-word. For sure I'm doing
The white
everything under
nigga,
the
the
sun.
white nigga word.
Let's take a shot.
Let's take a shot.
With that being said, I never. It's not about. I'll say the same thing that I've said several times before. I do believe there's a lot of aspects of podcasting that he embodies traits that are positive for, such as charisma, humor.
So he's not actually good at it,
What
but he
happened with the
embodies
fucking-
traits that might someday lead to him being good at it.
What happened to the Venge? We don't want to hear about what type of podcaster Cuz is.
All right.
Yeah. At the end of the day, everybody sees podcasting. You
gonna make whatever
don't
assessment
dig a
y'all
hole.
make.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's your boy. You
Yeah.
gonna always
He's my
show
boy.
the positive in what he's doing.
And there you go.
we
And the
respect
fact that
it.
and that further strengthens my whole initial point here.
Yeah.
I've been going out on a limb, pushing his line very, very hard.
That's
This-
my boy too. I'm still
That's your
giving him
boy, too.
confidence. So it ain't like I know what you're
Out of a
saying,
field
but
of
it
fire.
ain't.
Yeah,
when it
yeah.
comes to podcasting,
Burn.
that ain't his field.
Yeah.
Well,
He playing
He needs a whole new personality.
He played
So here's-
basketball with
here-
football.
here-
Change everything about him, and he could be a good podcaster.
Well,
I agree,
here's
yeah.
the thing. So I was like, no, don't take a shot. Long story short, within an hour, there's a bottle in front of him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
Fools are drinking. You know what I mean? Like, whatever winds up happening in the evening, and he has been loaded since then. And when I spoke to him, I was like, he made it very clear, by Monday, I'll be straight. Like, don't worry about it. Like, look, I get too fucked up. I party too hard. I am on a level. Look, I'm on some shit where I'm not going to make a big deal about it. I'm not going to play the victim. I'm not trying to garner sympathy, but I am cutting back on whatever the fuck I got going on. You know
That's
what I mean?
a great idea.
Because I have not been operating at my
Not
highest
last week.
frequency.
Not last week.
There's
What
like
were
a
you
few
on
weeks
last
ago.
week?
Last week.
There's a few.
You're fueling the vibe.
I was feeling the vibe. Like,
Yeah,
like,
you were.
like I've just been doing a little bit too much, and I'm trying to dial it back in a responsible way.
To be fair, I feel like you are somebody who can be pretty fucked up and kind of like hide it pretty well.
Yes.
I would not say that about him. I am 100% aware of what he's on every time I see a video of him talking.
He talks more when he's high.
Yeah, I might talk a little more. I might be a little
I know
happier.
you
You
be
know what I
like
mean? Yeah.
happier.
Like,
That's because I was stoner too. So
But
Exactly.
that's the
I know
scary
what-
part.
I know what
You
it
could
is.
get fucking loaded and go to like your girl's family party,
Be chilling.
and be fitting in.
Yeah.
Myself, when I'm fucked up, I don't think I could go to the family party without every single person understanding.
Right. Well, see. So for me, it's not during the family party. It's all the times outside of the family party. Right, Ralphie? When I'm at the crib, you feel me? And the only person that really knows what's up is my girl, and she's like, "Yo, get your shit together. What's cracking with you, fool?" Like, you chill, but like, no, hey, she's dope. You feel me? She makes sure that, like, you feel me?
Yeah,
My
yeah,
shit is
yeah.
straight. You feel me? Like,
That's what's up.
but so as far as Raidher, so after that, the following Monday, I'm like, "Oh, you still loaded?" And then so we were supposed to podcast, and this is right after the initial words were spoken
About me.
about Adam. And
Okay.
so he had said, like, "Yo, let's go live." He hit me up. He said, "Let's go live." I'm like, "For sure." We're going live on Instagram. Not like doing a stream. He's like, "Go live with me on Instagram." I have no clue what the fuck is cracking off. You feel me? Like, we go live. First, he's like, then he starts saying, "Fuck a bunch of people." You know what I mean? One of them, another podcaster, he's like, calls him out for a fade. I'm like, "All right, for sure." And then he's like,
Lucky.
yeah. So
Lucky.
So first, Lucky has said some shit about him, and I wish he had been like, "Yo, Lush, this fool Lucky is talking shit," because we could have made that funny, fool.
Right.
We could have done like a whole stream and been like, "Bro, like, what are you so fucking mad about? Like Jesus Christ, fool! Like, you look like my Tio at the fucking quinceañera after all the Buchanans is fucking gone. Like,
My boy
why are
Lucky
you so mad?"
would beat the dog shit out of you, Compa.
Well, he's a lot
You
bigger
do
than
not
him,
want
but
that smoke.
Raidher's a known squabbler, though.
Not
Raidher is a
ain't
known.
squabbling Lucky down. Lucky gonna fuck you up, Compa.
Hey, if he, I made it. So I made it a point to clarify on that live. I'm like, "It's a friendly fade, right? It ain't no hood beef." He's like, "Yeah, friendly fade, right?"
Friendly face.
Who got some K too?
That sounds nice. No.
Blueface.
Wow.
I found it in a cell. Hard times. Okay, keep
That's a
going.
regular thing. Then basically he winds up being like, "Oh, yo, and fuck Adam too." I'm like, "Why?" You can see my reaction. I'm like, "Why fuck Adam? Like, what did Adam do?" And I don't think he really has
Because
anything
I'm on
against
a
you.
Zeke one.
Yeah, I don't think he has anything against you. I know in his heart he actually has love for you.
I think he's upset because I am ultimately for him the person who's given him the most chance as a podcast host. And I have essentially, I've made it crystal clear how I feel about him on this episode, but I've made it pretty clear that I think that he's talentless and that he sucks and that he has never had a good podcasting moment aside from just crashing out. And I think that hurts his feelings to know that he
don't want you to say that.
yeah, but he wholeheartedly gave this podcasting thing a shot. And
It was supposed
to
to
no
be a
effect.
text,
Like
though.
a bunch more people know about him now.
Yeah.
But they know
Absolutely.
about him as a J-Cat who can't handle his shit, and he gets on podcasts and acts like a fucking dickhead. And like that most recent episode with Swifty, I made it very clear how much I think he sucks at podcasting. And I'm sure that didn't feel great. And even the episode that we did recently where he ran into the room and my one comment was like, holy shit, you look fat. I think that didn't really like sit too well with him either. Even
That
though
was the final straw,
That
for
was
sure.
literally just like what was running through my brain was like, whoa, you look fat. And
That's a good thing, though. You gained weight. That's sobriety.
yeah,
Nah, but he was
Is
like,
it?
you feel me?
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I'm saying.
I think he
when
could-
you start gaining weight, it's like you sobering up.
he could look
Liquor
like
puts a lot of
shit
weight on you.
soon. He could look like Duno within the next couple of years. I'm gonna be totally real with you.
Whoa.
yeah.
But that's without anything tapering his appetite. So it's like he gonna have to learn how to work out and burn the calories how he gotta burn them.
but that
It's
fool
just a
lived in the
different-
gym.
But he's doing all
not
that
doing
coke.
enough. He's not doing enough cardio.
How is all that coke not enough to get him to stop fucking eating?
Cardio and ab work. You gotta burn that shit.
he has a
Double
restaurant.
time down.
All I know is one thing that really bothered me was there's like multiple podcasters from like the Rasa adjacent space that were like, oh, this is Lush's fault. Lush is a bad homie for not telling him to stop getting faded. When I specifically, I have
You
never.
enjoy the vibe.
Of course, I like getting. I'm a fucking drug
Yeah,
addict.
so
like
two
that's-
drug addicts together are not going to get sober.
But here's the thing, though. Like, here's the thing. I am able to still compose myself on camera and happy with the performance, and I'm employed by you know one of the top podcasts.
It's like you got to secretly do it and then tell him you're not on any drugs. I'm like, bro, we're not doing drugs.
Oh, yeah, that's,
And then,
that's
like-
funny how insightful what she just said is, because I had to, like, at first I'd be like, nah, I don't
You're
want.
fake sober to try to get him to
I
be
don't
real
want.
sober?
I don't want
Yeah,
to tell you
yeah.
what I'm
Compa
doing.
don't like black people either.
What does that have to do with
Not just playing.
Like literally multiple times I had to be like, no, I'm not doing shit. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Because I didn't want to encourage his use. But so there's never been a single occasion, and he can confirm this, he knows the truth. I've never once asked him for drugs, never once asked him for money for alcohol, never once asked him to come through with a bottle in the entirety of our friendship.
But I think I've seen like highlights of you guys in bathroom stalls together.
yeah.
They were fucking.
Okay.
So
That's
completely
different, yeah.
different, completely different off top. That's nothing.
Through the hole.
Yeah, nothing to do with sex. But no, but like
Yo,
even
Through
that,
the
like.
hole is crazy. What the fuck?
But okay, that's
I'm
the
not
other
saying
thing.
we
with
never
the
did
male's
drugs
bathroom.
together. I'm not saying we never did drugs. I'm saying I never asked.
The other thing about Compa, though, is that he doesn't stand on business. He comes on the podcast, he talks all this shit about whack, then as soon as whack starts turning it into like a serious real world thing, he starts tucking his tail and being like, oh, this is so
I just
fucked
don't
up.
like that. Like, why he always attacking that man?
How's he diss my hood like this person died a long time ago? It's like, motherfucker, shut up.